Now, we're going to discuss, do you think men are intimidated by women? Now, we hear a lot of women say, oh, men just intimidated. He was intimidated because I make money. He's intimidated because of this, whatever. Are men really intimidated by women? And if so, what exactly does that mean, that he's intimidated?
This question and the whole subject matter is really irritating to me, because you do hear men say, you know, oh, when women are, you know, authoritative, that's intimidating. Or when a woman has a certain amount of education, this is intimidating. Or she was too pretty and that was intimidating. Or she was around her friends and that was intimidating. And it's like, okay, you cannot be intimidated by everything all the time. You know, women are going to do some things. They're going to dress up. They're going to be beautiful. They're going to look nice. They're going to get an education. And some of them, Lord help them, may talk. They may have opinions. They might disagree. But that's not all, you know, in the pot of intimidation. So I think sometimes men use that as an excuse to just not have to put in any effort and to not have to work hard at, like we're talking, like pursuing a woman. You know, if a woman is, you know, has a position of power, perhaps where she works, and then it's like, oh, you know, why would I try to pursue this woman who has this, that, and the other? Even sometimes when the guy is just as accomplished as she is, for some reason there's this insecurity where if the woman isn't, like, for some reason, like a little bit what they can feel is beneath them, then they have like no desire to try and mix and mingle with these women, which is how you end up having a lot of successful, smart, intelligent, beautiful, just like grade A women who have a very hard time dating and meeting men. I hear a lot of my guy friends or associates talk about how there's no good women, or they can't find educated women, or they can't find a woman who's cool and not full of herself and not a gold digger, and all the stuff that they're saying. And I'm like, I have a pool of friends who are smart, who have degrees. Some of them have upper level degrees. They are beautiful, gorgeous, like could have chosen a modeling career if they wanted to. They have interesting hobbies. They're artists. They travel all over the world. Not to mention, they are some of the sweetest, nicest, most like big-hearted people that you ever want to meet. And they have a lot of guys are interested in them. A lot of guys will be their friend. A lot of guys who, you know, end up working with them through various events or organizations will think they're just such great people, great. But nobody ever asks them out. Nobody ever wants to date those girls, or for whatever reason, you know, guys keep towing the line of, you know, friendship and buddy, but won't actually cross over and step up to the plate and be like, you know, I really like you, I think you're gorgeous and beautiful. And then, you know, when you ask them, like, how come, you know, you never talk to this person, or how come you never talk to that person, it's like, ah, man, you know, she's just so intimidating, you know, she's just so beautiful. I figure like 1 million guys must be talking to her, 1 million guys must be asking her out, 1 million guys must be doing this and doing that. And it's like, no, like, we're sitting at home on Saturday night, you know, playing cash flow, you know, like, you know, like, well, if we can't be married, at least we'll be rich. You know?
See, to those men, I think, pull your balls up. Because if any man says to me, and I get it a lot, you're very intimidating, then I think you're just not enough for me. Period. And I can't handle your insecurity, so you're right. You need to be intimidated by me. That's just a weak ass,
it's kind of
tail between your legs excuse for your poor manhood. I cannot just, I have a zero tolerance policy for that. If a man speaks those words to me, there's nothing I need to say to him. Because, and vice versa, there's not a person, male or female, that I have been attracted to that for some reason they may have been at a higher status or whatever, super fine, whatever it is. But I have enough about me that if that's what I want, that's what I'm gonna get. And I've never failed.
And that's the part that's so confusing to me, because as a woman, you feel like, hey, if I see something, if it, you know, and I want it, I'm gonna go after it. I'm gonna chase after. I'm gonna go after it with all I got. It's like, well, if I'm out here going after stuff that is seemingly beyond my means, you know, I'm not there, but I'm dead sure I'm gonna reach until I get there. Why you can't do the same thing? Why are you so complacent and
in Chicago?
One of the things that I really liked about my guy, which is how we mesh so well, is because there's some things you come to realize about yourself. You know, me playing down and playing dumb never got me anywhere. So then I made the decision, you know what, this is who I am. I'm not a horrible person. I'm not a mean person. I'm not a malicious person. I'm not out to rip away your manhood every time I get the chance. But you know what, I am a little bit of a spitfire. I got opinions. I got stuff I want to say. I got stuff I want to get off my chest. I'm passionate. You know, I like to get excited about stuff. And if someone can't handle that, then, you know, like, so be it. I'd rather be myself and be where I am than pretend and shriek down and not say nothing in order to get some guy who really can't appreciate everything that there is to go with me. And one of the things I really like about my guy is, you know, so I can kind of be feisty. And you know what? Sometimes I say, oh, honey, I'm really sorry. Did I say this or did I say that? I didn't mean to say that, you know, woo-woo. And he'd be like, babe, like, you're okay, and that did not faze me one bit. And I'm like, that is such a turn on, you know, like you know, you realize that a woman is a woman is a woman. That doesn't always mean she's gonna be small and passive. And sometimes that chick's gonna roar, you know what I'm saying?
And no matter how big a woman is, it never diminishes a man.
Never. It's nothing to shaking his boots about. Sometimes he's like, yeah, you said something. and here I am backtracking like, was I too overly aggressive in this situation? Let me go say something just in case I was. And he's like,
Vince Rod Studios in 1906 and a half, South Halsted here in Chicago.
If you've ever dreamed of becoming an entrepreneur and don't know where to start, The Entrepreneur Within You by Julie Holloway is a must-read. Holloway and 17 co-authors share advice and inspiration that can save you from serious business blunders. So purchase your copy today on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com. The Entrepreneur Within You. Empowering, equipping, inspiring.
Boo, you okay. I like all of that about you. The fire, the ice, the passion, that's what makes you you, and that's why I think you're fascinating. So I think guys sometimes, you know, don't go with this intimidation. If a woman is beautiful and smart and attractive and witty and funny, just start with like, hello, hi, how are you doing? You don't have to assume that every woman is gonna be
right,
rolling her eyes and smacking, because that's what they say. You go talk to those women and they roll their eyes and they don't even want to talk to you. And you know, sometimes it's because you chasing the hoochie and not the lady. Right. Or you know, you can't just come up with everything like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, I've talked to guys who I did not think I was going to talk to just because they simply came over and was like, hi, how you doing? Yeah, how you enjoy? Just started normal, regular conversation. No lines, no gimmicks, no acrobatic tricks. Just was talking to me like I was a regular person, like I was a regular human being. And every human being can relate to another human being on the level of just being human. Before I'm a woman, I'm a human. I'm a person just like you. I have good days, I have bad days, I have strengths, I have weaknesses. So it's like, start, if you can relate to any woman just on a humanistic level first before you try to holler and pick her up. Just see her as a person, and then see where you can get and how much that intimidation can fall to the wayside by just getting to know somebody for who they are.
This question just so annoys me. I actually launched a blog in March, and this was the very first topic I wrote about, because I think it's a complete cop-out. Because aside from whatever I got going on, like you said, just on a human level, connect with me. Because anybody who knows me knows I'm the most down-to-earth person ever. So what exactly are you intimidated by? I just think it's a way for people to make an excuse for playing small when they see that you're playing big and they're not quite sure how to fit into that. But I think it's a complete cop-out. It's a complete reason not to go after what you want. And it doesn't matter what my job title is or how many degrees I have or what I own, or none of that matters if it's you and me. So if it's you and me, then there's no room for intimidation, because like you said, no matter how big I am, no matter how big my personality is, I'm never going to diminish you. And you don't gain, neither one of us gains anything by me playing small.
Right.
Because eventually I'm going to roar. Eventually my true colors are going to come out, because it's like no matter how much I try to hide when I go into a room, I'm a leader. I have a big personality, I have a big spirit. And either you mesh and vibe with that, or you don't. And if you don't, then we're never going to be a good fit. Whether it's our first date or our 101st date, it's never going to be a good fit. So either, you know, step up to the plate and make a move for what it is you want and go after what you want, or get out the way.
And can I say something about, I want to say something to the man. You said, now look in the camera and say, how could you call yourself a man and you let something about a woman that cowers you? You're a fucking coward. If you allow just the persona, you don't even know for sure. You have a kind of conversation with this woman whatsoever. As a man, how could you let something that a woman oozes cower you? We don't want to be able to cower a man. We don't want you. If you look at me and you say, Tracy is just too much, her mouth is too much, I have defeated you. You are my bitch now. Period. I have defeated you. I have defeated you as a man, because a real man will see that as a challenge and take on that challenge. I love a man that comes to me and I give him a little, I'm not really, and he's like, okay, well, you know what, tomorrow you walk down this road tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm going to try again. One of the best men I've ever had. This man, I'm 5'9", barefoot. This man was 5'7", 5'8", about the size of T.I., you know. I mean, he was a small man. But I gave him my number one time just to get him out of my face. You know, I really wasn't, but he was an attractive man, but I was like, he's so little, and what I'm going to do with his little self, and this, that, and the other. That man called me relentlessly. Let's go out. Let's do something. Let's go. I'm going to come get you, and, you know, we're going to go bowling, or we're going to do this or whatever. And he was so persistent, and I got the chance to know him. And then he was a janitor. He didn't have this great career. You know, he wasn't all that, you know, he was very soft-spoken.
He wasn't an IBM.
Right. He was very soft-spoken. But in that little stature, he was a man that he was nothing else. And I felt safe with this man. I towered over him in heels. And he thought that when we walked into a place, he felt like he had the best thing in there. He walked in there with his head held high. This is my stallion. You understand? Respect my authority. You understand? And I loved him for that, because even though he was a small star, I felt safe with him. I respected him as a man because he was persistent. He did not. I made way more money than him. I had a better car than he had. I mean, I was more established than he was, maybe well versed, if you can believe it. And on paper, yeah, I could have bought him 3 or 4 times. You know what I'm saying? But I respected that man because he was persistent. I did not intimidate him. I didn't woe him, you know, from wanting to be with me. So when a man says, oh, I'm just so intimidated, her career, she thinks she know this. As a man, you're supposed to be able to chop her down.
And not chop her down.
Not chop her down, but get to the core who she is. And humble. And this ain't like, women don't walk around thinking that we're better than men.
Yeah.
We really don't. Yeah. We want a man to make us feel like a woman, and we can't feel like a woman if you're not man enough to come to us.
Pull your balls up.
And pull up. Your ovaries just fell, but your ovaries just fell.
I think it's just another saying, I'm intimidated. You might as well just say, I have no confidence. Yeah. You know, I have no self-esteem.
Right.
I don't have any confidence. Right. You know, instead of saying, oh, she's intimidating, just say, I don't have any confidence. I am not.
I don't think enough of myself.
I don't think enough of
I deserve
myself. You're
this.
not worthy of her.
That's
You're
what
not.
that says.
You're
That's
not
what that
worthy
says.
of her.
But that's not what she thinks about you.
No.
That's what you think
about
about
yourself,
right.
And there's a difference.
Yeah.
Boom, there you have it. Next question. I'm sorry. Did you want to say something?
We good on that? We covered everything.
All right, so we have coined a phrase here on the Women today. Pull your balls up, your ovaries are shown.
Going hard in the paint.
I like that.